So apparently Rockstar is still capable of making games, proven by the fact they released the first official trailer for GTA 6, arguably the most anticipated game ever made, and for good reason. Allegedly coming in 2025, that means at most the game has taken 12 years to make at the time of release. But it raises the question, why is it taking so long? Are Rockstar back to their old selves? Will it even be any good? Today, I'll hopefully try and answer some of these questions, give my general thoughts on the game and the gradual decline of Rockstar over the past few years. I'll try and keep this brief as there's already been a plethora of videos made dissecting the trailer in depth, so I'll get right into it. The trailer starts off pretty promising, establishing the setting and main characters straight away, as they always do, returning to Vice City for the first time in nearly 2 decades and introducing the first female GTA protagonist. But that's about where the positives end for me. When it finished for the first time, I put my phone down and just thought to myself, what the fuck have I just watched? It gradually descends into nonsensical random scenes of what you'd expect to see on TikTok nowadays. Grand Theft Auto used to mock this kind of thing, but now it seems like it's an intended feature that's at the forefront of the game. I hope I'm wrong on this, but it just seems like they're trying to appeal to a much younger audience this time, because that's basically what GTA Online has evolved into in the past few years, but we'll get more into that later. Older GTA games were always full of satirical observations and humour, but they always took themselves pretty seriously. But just from this trailer it seems like it's become a parody of itself, because that's the only thing they know to do now, I guess. These are just my initial thoughts on the visuals shown to us in the trailer, and I won't drone on too much more about it, because plenty of others have far more detailed analysis than I'm going to do. There's simply too much to unpack in a short amount of time. I wanted to talk a bit about the background behind the game up to now. There'd been basically radio silence from Rockstar for nearly a decade before it was officially announced to be in production. It took someone hacking the servers and leaking some development footage for them to finally crack and say something. Honestly, I'm not surprised that happened. If you keep fans in the dark for years, they're going to get pretty impatient. It wouldn't have killed them to drip feed development notes on their newswire like they did with previous titles. I think none of this would have happened if they just occasionally started posting updates, say 3 or 4 years after GTA 5 came out. The only reason the trailer released early was because, again, the trailer was leaked, causing them to drop it early to avoid any further bullshit. Which personally I think was a bit of a dumb thing to do. The official reveal was meant to be a big deal to basically anyone who cares about games. The premiere countdown would have been a much bigger deal than casually releasing it and hand-waving it away. Bit late now though, I guess. But I suppose they don't want to miss out on that sweet ad revenue from someone else posting it first. But really, I'm not surprised things kept getting leaked. Since Rockstar have basically done nothing but rinse GTA 5 for over a decade, people were starting to get a bit skittish. Allegedly still, rumours suggest the production has been scrapped and restarted numerous times. I don't tend to put much stock in rumours, but this wouldn't be a shocker. Sadly, the only thing that really suffers in the end is the product itself. Having to work with too many conflicting ideas often results in a shitty end product after the dust has cleared. Hopefully they'll actually have a plan post-launch and won't just scrap all plans to focus on the online component. Like there was confirmed single-player DLC for GTA 5 that never got made, just so it didn't draw attention away from GTA Online. Which I guess leads me to the big elephant in the room, GTA Online. It's hard to overstate how much of a shit show GTA Online has been for the last decade, from a barely functional launch to nothing but hackers and people getting DDoS today. I'm sure they had good intentions when they released it. To me, GTA Online was the death of Rockstar as we knew them. Maybe not at first, but definitely when it came to the next generation of consoles. Their priority became shark cards and scummy business practices, luring in impressionable players that they need the ever more ridiculous sci-fi tech that had been added. Paywall after paywall, tedious gameplay that was literally designed to make the player rage quit and buy shark cards. I could go on for hours about how terrible GTA Online is, but in short, it's not even good. The only reason it's popular is because there is zero competition. There's literally nothing like a large open world where you can go around causing havoc alone or with friends, and the fact everything that could have been a decent competition failed miserably only fanned the flame of its popularity. So what is the future for GTA 6 post-release? I don't doubt it will be a success. It's the only game that could knock GTA 5 off its throne for popularity, but it raises the question, who is it even for? I think the problem is, unintentionally, Rockstar have backed themselves into a corner. It's pretty clear older fans of the game don't care for the space age shit that's in GTA Online, so if they go back to a more grounded, simplistic approach to the technology in the game, they'll be turning away all the newer fans of the game, so they can't really win. Either way, they'll be neglecting half of their fan base. And really, I think now they've exhausted everything they can do within the universe, so I think there's not really anything they can do that hasn't already been done, at least from a gameplay perspective. The idea that the main characters are romantically involved and go around fucking shit up together is a bold one that could pay off if they stick the landing. And really, when you stop and think about all the shady business practices Rockstar have been doing the past few years, are they really a company we want to give our money to? The awful Defecate edition, the lazy port of Red Dead 1, the endless re-releasing of GTA 5. Their track record hasn't exactly been great lately. Making one game in 10 years didn't exactly go down well either. Red Dead 2 has its problems, and the online was basically dead on arrival. Surely they could have funded a few smaller projects in the time between GTA 5 and now, like Bully 2, Manhunt 3, or a sequel to LA Noire. Games that have a cult fan base rather than gambling it all on one mega project that has to appeal to as many people as possible. And if you try to please everyone, you end up pleasing no one. For me personally, I guess I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm sure they can still make great games, and I want them to prove that. But when you think pretty much all the production team that made the original games has left, and really they were the reason they succeeded, without their leadership is the game just doomed from the beginning. For me, it feels like they're just clutching at straws to win back some interest in people. But for me, I think it's just too little too late. I guess only time will tell how it will be received post-launch. I'd like to close off with a few words to Rockstar Games. Simply, what happened to you? You used to be the game developer every studio wanted to be, unrelenting in humour and what was acceptable to have in a video game. But once you had a cash cow that was GTA Online, you forgot what you were all about and only prioritised profit over anything else. In short, you became everything you used to mock. You lost the respect of most of your old fans who became accustomed to disappointment, proving you're not even capable of releasing games that are actually finished on release. A shadow of what you used to be and what you stood for. I knew in the back of my mind when you revealed GTA 6 everyone would forget about your misdeeds and think you were amazing again, and I was right. One good gesture doesn't suddenly make you great, so I hope you're proud of yourselves. You've managed to ruin your reputation just to line your wallets, lost the hearts and minds of most of your audience, and you've only got yourself to blame. You've made your bed, now you can fucking lie in it. Well, I think that about covers it. Signing off.